Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, so I'm going to go back under some of the videos and see if I can respond to some of your comments and questions and concerns that you might have. I haven't done this in a little while, so it should be fun. So the other day, I released a video, and here's what I found out. People were telling me there was a disagreement. There was some kind of debate going on over a float, and people kept telling me, oh, you know, there's these gurus, and they're bumping heads, and I said, I don't care. I don't want to know who it is. What are they arguing about again? So then I found out later on, I guess it was Frank, and versus, or I wouldn't call it a versus, I guess Frank and Nader were bumping heads. I was curious, and I said, well, who's the one that said it was floating? And I said, Nader, he's a good guy, man, but no, that's not right. And so people go, what do you think of Nader? I said, look, I don't think Nader's out there, purposely trying to push out bad information. I mean, that's just my opinion, but he seems to be a nice guy. There are individuals out there making videos who are lying right to your face, and they know they're lying. There's a big difference between Nader, who is sharing information based on his opinion, versus other individuals who know what they're saying is lying and are purposely misleading you. And I don't think Nader's one of those people. So if he was the one that was saying that the currency is floating, that's not accurate, okay? So let's go down the list here and respond to your comments and your concerns, and then see if I can answer any questions. Thanks, Pimpy. You keep us grounded. God bless you lots. Right back at you. I appreciate those kind words. Dave John says, didn't know FX could patent words. I'm guessing that I said something really quick and it sounded like patent words. So apparently I must have said patent. Is that what it was? Thanks, Pimpy. Much appreciated. I do appreciate all the kind words. And just so you know, I do appreciate the fact that you do tune in to listen to me. There are a lot of other people out there, a lot of other YouTubers, and I know they're out there making promises about dates and times and stuff like that. And I don't care who it is. I don't want to hear about it, but this has been going on for well over 15 years. And you guys know who I'm talking about. You know, the back screens and the redemption centers and the people who are on standby. We've been hearing that shit for years. So, you know who it is by now. If you've been listening to a lot of different videos from a lot of different people, by now you should have figured out who's full of crap and who's not, you know? Thanks, Pimpy, for the correct explanation, because I have to explain all this nonsense to my friends daily that had got to invest. Ugh, next time I'm keeping it to myself. No problem. If you've been doing this a long time, there are certain things that are going to pop up over and over. One of those things are people don't know the difference between a RI and an RV, or a revalue and a reinstatement. That comes around here. You got people talking about LLCs, humanitarian projects, dates, being reinstated to the original rate. All these things I've heard over and over. So every now and then I got to redo a video and explain it so this way people aren't being misled. So I'll share the information with you, and then what you do with it is up to you after that. But you are very welcome. Thanks, Pimpy. Logical reasoning is always best. Yes, it is. David John, so glad we have you, Pimples. He tells it how it is. Keep it up. Call the BS and the others who blaspheme God by saying they're talking to him personally. God don't care about dinars. Whenever you hear any of these people on YouTube saying that they talk to God and God gave them this message, but they're not sure if it's a date or a time or anything like that, there's no way in heck that you're going to get a message or a lesson from God and it's confusing to you. You're going to know exactly what the details are, okay? So when I hear that, I go, nope, no. But again, it's not my place to judge. Thank you, David, sir. I love a dirty float. It's so dirty. Be Pimpy Rich, y'all. Pimpy Rich, that's so funny. That has been going on for quite a long time now, Pimpy Rich. Somebody said, I want to be Pimpy Rich. Listen up, folks. He's spot on, but I will say it wouldn't show right away on the Forex when it does RV. Well, if the RV hasn't happened by the time the currency is on the Forex, it should, you hope anyways, it should show in real time. There's no reason for it not to. There's a good possibility that before it hits the Forex that the RV will happen. What is this? Spoops 75? I'm not sure how to say it. Spoops. Anyways, Why do you think Chase Bank had to change their name to Chase Wealth Management and Wells Fargo got the new code to trade on that platform? That'd be like me walking up to you and just randomly saying, why do you suppose that bird was flying sideways like that? There needs to be a lot more detail in what you're saying. Why did Chase back? I'm guessing you're meaning Chase Bank, right? Did I say Chase Bank? Why do you think Chase Bank had changed their name to Chase Wealth Management? So I think what you're talking about is JP Morgan Wealth Management. They launched the platform, not Chase Wealth Management, which has been around for a little while. They are all part of the same family, but I think you got that one bass backwards. I'm only guessing because I'm not sure what you're saying. Sorry about that. Yeah, they dropped $1. Watch them get picked up by Brics. Yeah, see, that's one of the things that I'm eyeballing. As a matter of fact, I said it today in the video. I would like to see Iraq unpeg their dinar from the US dollar and peg it to the same basket that the Arab Monetary Fund uses, if they're allowed to do that. I know their currency is part of that basket of currencies, but I'm wondering if there's a way that they could just start using that accounting dinar. If you watch my last video, I explained what the Arab Monetary Fund is and what the Arab accounting dinar is. 22 or 23 nations are involved in this organization, and they all trade using their own special dinar. That value is really high, man. It's the SDR rate, which I think is 1.76 times 4. That's how they figure out what the value of the dinar is worth. The Iraqi Dinar is part of the currency basket that the Arab Monetary Fund uses, but I'm wondering if Iraq can peg their currency to that same basket besides what they do internally with the Monetary Fund. Just thinking out loud. Sorry about that. So will Brics pick up Iraq? I don't know if Iraq wants to go down that path. Not yet. I think they might do it later on, eventually, but they're not going to do it right away. They just barely got themselves out of a lot of hot water, and they're trying to get their ducks in a row. And so I don't see them making that kind of move, not anytime real soon, but we'll definitely keep an eye on them. The dollar is down. IQD will hold more monetary value. We have a fiat currency that's off their gold back and oil. Myself, I don't think the Forex matters either way. The CBI will set a rate. The Forex will just show its international strengths against other currencies. And there's pros and cons to being on the Forex. The good thing about being on the Forex is if investors start buying your currency, that's a good thing. There's a demand for it. The value will go up. Thanks, Pimpy. You are the truth, homie. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. So despite what God allegedly told a certain YouTuber, the rate is still a worthless $1,320. There's no float. There are no redemption workers working overtime on the weekends for 15 years. Oh, man, who said that God allegedly told him? Oh, don't say that Nader did, man. I hope not. Because that means then he'd be falling down that same trap as other YouTubers start to fall down. They feel obligated to have something new and exciting to share with people. They start creating stories and lying about it. Just, if you don't have any news, then just don't make a video. If you have news, then share it. Sometimes the news is flat, you know. But I can understand the allure of wanting to create fictitious stories and hope you get popular. That's just not my thing. There's people out there who really take everything that people say as the truth, and it could cost somebody their life. I've spoken about it many times on my YouTube videos. It will happen in June. No, wait, it's July. No, wait, it's going to August. Yeah, that happens quite often. I'm not in here to compete with people. I'm on here just to share information. We're all in the same boat trying to get to the same destination. You know what I mean? That's why when people are like, oh, how can you let other YouTubers in your group? Yeah, they can. They have the right to. People want to share it. They can. I don't have a problem with it. Like I said, but if you're going to purposely go out of your way to mislead people, then most likely I'll remove you. But if you're just sharing information, that's how it should be with all of us. We're all hoping and waiting for the same thing. Where we go one, we go all. Yes, sir. That's for sure. Thanks for the clarification. You're very welcome. Floating at the street exchanges in Iraq. Not yet on international scales. There's nothing floating on the streets. That's just called a parallel rate. That's what that is. Again, this is another one of those things that come up. So there is the official rate, which is the one the bank tells you. It's a fixed rate, not a floating. There's no floating in there. In the streets, what you have is a black market where people will pay you more dinar than you would normally get from the bank in order to get the US dollars. It creates a black market there. You also see on the Iraqi stock exchange, they keep track of that parallel rate. But it has nothing to do with it floating. They're just explaining to you that there is the official one and the parallel one is what it is. So people say, well, there's the program rate, there is the fixed rate, there's somehow a floating rate out there, there's a float in country, out of country. The poor dinar is so confused, it doesn't know what it is. It's a trans currency, okay? All you need to do is pay attention to the one the central bank's telling you. Don't listen to the other mumbly jumbly out there. They like to sound like they're knowledgeable. Oh man, it's floating in country and not out of country. No, it's not. I explained to you, a currency can only float if it's on a Forex and it's a tradable currency. Iraqi Dinar is a non-tradable currency at this moment. Good job, Pimpy. Thank you. Hey, Pimpy, your boy Nader passing the bum scoop. Is that what it is? That's what I heard. I don't believe Nader would purposely try to mislead people. I think it's possible that, like him, so many people, they will listen to other YouTubers, and if the person speaking sounds really confident about something, it's kind of irresistible not to share the same information that they are, and that can get you in trouble if the person's wrong. If he's purposely misleading people, well, that would really suck, because I think Nader's a good guy, all right? I'm hoping that Nader's not the one that said that God told him, because that'd be really disappointing. So there's no floating. So what are these other ones? Yeah, from what I hear, Nader is a good reputation for being bang on. You guys know better than I do. Has Nader been bang on? I've heard a couple of Nader's videos. I don't always agree with everything he's saying, but I don't listen to him enough to know whether or not he's bang on. If he's bang on, then he made a mistake, and then it should be easy to just let it go. But then he's in country, and they did say they would give the Iraqi people a head start. Who's they? Who said they would give the Iraqi people a head start? Floating in the street exchange? No, that's not accurate. They said we know about 17th. Now they're saying Monday, with Iraq wanting on the Forex by June the 1st. Who's they're saying? Who's they, you guys? That's what I want to know. Who's they? I would go out on a limb here and say the person who's probably the closest and most accurate would be me, okay? Seriously. And I'm not just bragging. That's because I'm grounded and I don't blow smoke up your guys' ass. I share information with you, and if I ever get it wrong, I'll come on and make a video explaining that I got something wrong. I don't have a problem with that. This isn't about being first or the fastest. It's about getting as much truthful information out as possible. But I am the best. Oh, here's Spopes. I'm guessing Spoops 75 again. Well, no shit, that's not trading on the Forex. They said it would be trading on a different platform that they have already set up internationally and have tested on. Do your homework, homeboy. And what platform is that, homeboy? What platform is that? Is that Chase Wealth Management that you got? Come on now. I love how people always say, do your homework. I'm the only one that does my homework. So if you got receipts that show that I'm wrong, go ahead and lay them on here, homeboy. See, when you guys leave comments like this, it's kind of hard to know if something's wrong or something right because you're so vague. Be specific. Well, no shit, it's not trading on the Forex. Really? What gave you that idea? They said, who's they? You guys keep saying they said. Who's they? Who is they? They said, let me tell you something. My entire life I've been hearing about this group of people called they, and I can't tell you how often they are more wrong than they are right, okay? They said it would be trading on a different platform that they have already set up internationally and have tested it on. What platform are you talking about? The Forex is a global platform. There are other currency platforms, but the big one is the global Forex platform. So what other platforms? How I'll even show you there's other platforms. He speaks the truth. Thank you. Love your great explanations, Pimpy. Thanks for the lessons. You are very welcome. Pessimistic Joy. This one, no thanks. You're very welcome. Pimpy clearly explains what the deal is, kind of like a doctor explaining the x-ray. Accept reality how you may. Thank you, people. I do appreciate all of the kind words, even those of you who fuss. To Spoops, man, I don't know how to say it. My bad, man. But, you know, you left 2 comments, but they're so vague. It's hard for me to understand because you might be right. I don't know, but you're not saying it right. Are they on another platform? Why? There's many currency platforms out there, but the big one is the Forex. It's a global platform. Right now, Iraq is considered a non-trading currency. And that's like you say here, why do you think Chase Bank had to change their name to Chase Wealth Management? Well, they didn't change their name. They're still Chase Bank. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Now, I know about Chase Wealth Management. It's been around for a little while. Recently, JP Morgan Wealth Management launched the platform. I think that might be who you're talking about. I might be wrong, but I don't know because you're not being very specific. I'm just going to share my opinion and information with you. What you do with that information is up to you. But all you have to do is go back to all the other videos that other people have done and think about all the promises and comments that they made to you. All those things that they made you feel good. They pumped your butt up full of hopium. And how often were they right? And what were they ever right about? So over here on this channel, I'm not just trying to talk about the news. I'm also trying to educate people as much as possible so you know what to look for. Anyways, that's it for now, you guys. I look forward to your comments on this one. I'm sure I'm going to hear a whole lot about it. Anyways, that's it for now. I'll catch you later. I'm out.